clouds. And yesterday was a really beautiful day. It was sunny with a little bit of wind, kept the temperature down. It was very comfortable. But they are calling for a bit of a heat wave this weekend. And then we're going to come back down to some lower temperatures, which is really actually kind of pleasant. I mean, the last couple of years, we've had pretty scorching hot scorching hot summers here in not just Victoria, but all of British Columbia. And the issue with that, of course, we've got the forest fires to deal with, and we've already had some forest fires, but that was up in Alaska. But horrible dry situation up there. So climatic change, I don't know why people were against it for so long, but it's upon us. And what's happening in Europe right now with they got the super dry heat, and then these rains come and they're just destroying villages and wreaking havoc on the people over there. But not in the shire that I like to call Vancouver Island, where everything's really just kind of nice. It's kind of why I like living here so much. So a lot to talk about. This weekend was Canada Day weekend, and I bookended my vacation, or my time off, with a little bit of vacation time. Makes for a really nice long weekend. So we didn't get a chance to get to the camera and put some stuff to record some content, but we did have Gaby and I had a very, very action-packed weekend. We got a lot of yard work done, and I wrenched my back on Friday. We're doing yard work, wrenched my back completely, so Saturday I was useless. I was just crawling around the house with a sore back, very sore back. And then Sunday, I was feeling a little better, moving around a bit, doing some stuff. And Monday, we were able to take off from Victoria, head over to Vancouver to pick up Gaby's friend from Vienna, Julia. And Julia was, the timing was perfect. We walked on the ferry, at the 1 o'clock ferry. We got off the other side, we got on a bus. The bus took us to the train took us directly to the airport, and when we got there at exactly the same time that she got through customs and was waiting for us. So the timing was great, and I just walk up, I just grabbed her suitcases, grabbed all her luggage, and said, "Come and see." And then we left, and then we were back on the train, back on the bus, back on the ferry, and made it home by 7 o'clock. I have never in my life had a turnaround on the ferries that quick. So it was a go day for the two of us to get Julia back here. But Julia was not all that impressed with the ferry ride, because normally that's kind of the big selling point, is this gorgeous ferry ride, that through the islands of Bonavista Strait or Georgia Strait. And she was just like meh. She was kind of meh about the whole thing. But I was also told that she just came from Prague, and then from Prague to Vienna, and then flew from Vienna to Vancouver. It's a long flight. I've done it. Not pleasant. Take some time with that. But she speaks very little English. She understands a little bit more than she can speak. I know a little bit of German, so we're able to communicate. It's working out. It's just working out. Gaby said very, very, very clearly that she was not going to be the translator while Julia was here. So we're going to figure our stuff out. So between Google and the stuff I know and the stuff she knows, we're making it work. But the cool thing was, on the ferry ride back from Vancouver, we saw a pod of orca whales. And in my life, I've been on that ferry hundreds of times. And in my life, I've seen orca whales once before. And this was a very rare thing. And when I talk to people about it, a lot of people are like, well, yeah, I've never seen orca whales. But again, she was just like, man, whatever. Also, Julia's pretty young. Like, I think she's 23. She's a concert violinist. And she acts mature, but I keep forgetting she's 23. And so sometimes the 23-year-old girl comes out. It's like, okay. Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting month. She's here with us for a month. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, we went to Isu Park on Tuesday, and we checked out we just kind of walked around, checked out the beach, went for a swim. She didn't realize how cold the water was. That was fun. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. Anyways, that's what's kind of up to date right now with what's going on. The funny thing was, I had someone come over on Monday night, which was Canada Day, and they had a couple of drinks, and we started talking about a few things, and I realized that it's really important. It is super important to worry about the people you associate with. You really have to. And it was funny, I was having a conversation with my brother, and every so often he drops nuggets of pure wisdom. And he's 9 years younger than I am. So sometimes I forget that he still lived a life, and he can be wise, and he can drop some real nuggets of gold down there on the ground every so often. And we were talking about how you got to be careful who you associate with, because you will become that person. And there's this homeostasis that occurs when you're around people. They learn from you, you learn from them, and you start to normalize certain things. Like, certain things become normal. Like, for instance, when I was hanging around Seth a lot, the idea of getting up and having a cold shower every morning became something that was like, okay, we're going to start doing this now, because Seth is very much about embracing the misery. And he was the one who got me into the cold dipping. But it became that normalized way of thinking. You start to really do kind of, first you get used to hearing it, then you start experimenting with it, then you start adapting it. And on the flip side of that, my brother was telling me that he had a friend that started hanging around with a guy who was homeless. And he started to normalize that homelessness behavior. So, and the joke was, he said to his buddy, boy, you keep talking like that, I'm pretty sure it won't be long before you dive into a dumpster. And then his friend turns to Adam and goes, funny you should say that. There's this grocery store that throws away the best produce. And it happens all around us. We really need to be aware of what we allow into what we allow into our minds, what we allow to listen to. And I decided a long time ago, and I recall this while I'm editing my conversations with Keegan and converting it to audiobook. There was a time where I would just randomly scroll through YouTube, watch whatever, and then I started thinking, whoa, this is getting negative. Like, this was getting like dark negative. And I had to start really consciously thinking, I got to be careful about what I allow to filter, what I allowed to get through to my brain. I got to start filtering and doing a better job filtering stuff out. And I think that's the same with, it is the same with all of us. We have to filter out what comes in to our noggin. And we have to consciously think, okay, where do I want to be? What do I want out of life? I want to be a savvy investor. I want to be financially intelligent, and I want to be financially comfortable. And that's a very important thing to me. And I want also, another part is I want to create dynastical wealth. I want to be able to create enough money that when I go and when I am called home, that my daughters and my grandchild's children, and my loving spouse, if I have one at the time, I want them to be taken care of as well. And I mean, I don't want them to be, oh, thank God we won the lottery. I want them to be financially savvy and financially healthy as well. I want them to go, okay, we're gonna be okay. I want them to be okay. Let's take this, what Dave created, and let's turn it into something. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it healthy. Let's not squander this. Let's have fun with it, or not have fun with it. Sorry, be smart with it, not have fun with it, but really make it so maybe our kids and our grandkids can enjoy it as well, or seek the benefit of it as well. Anyways, that's what I want. And knowing that, that's when I started to filter out what I wanted to listen to. I wanted to listen to things that put me in that direction, that taught me about investing, taught me about saving, paying down my debt, buying real estate, opening businesses, looking for opportunities. And the more I started searching for those things, the more it got into, and the more it gets into your own kind of atmosphere, and you start to be aware of these things and you start seeking them out. The great thing is that YouTube actually does that for us, and Google, when you start searching for those things, it starts to add it to your algorithm and starts looking for those things for you, making your life a little easier. So if you're looking for the latest dance moves because you want to be a dancer, those are going to start popping up. They're going to start popping up not just on your algorithm with your search engines and your doom scrolling, but they're going to start popping up with just being able to see the opportunities all around you. That's what I think. I think that's kind of the cool part, is when you do stuff like that. When you start to filter out what you want in your mind starts looking for those things all by itself. But if you just casually hang around people and you want to help them because they're good people and they got a good heart, there's nothing wrong with that. However, you have to do it from a place where you understand that they have little influence on you. You can help people, you can be kind, you can be charitable with your time and your energy and your emotions, but you have to do it from a place where they're not going to be influencing you. You know, there's an old saying, if you hang around 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th millionaire. And it's that simple. It really is that simple. And if you hang around a bunch of guys that just want to eat nachos, drink beer, watch the UFC fights, maybe work on the car, hit the lake and go fishing. Actually, it sounds like kind of a cool life. Maybe I got this all wrong. But if you hang around those guys, that will be your life. And it's just the way it is. And so if you want to be successful, hang around successful people. Get success into your life, into your world. And if you can't, like I say before, and I say this all the time, if you can't find those people or get next to those people because you don't know what parties to go to meet them, you don't know what restaurants to go to bump into them, or you don't know what events where they're going to be, and you can start networking that way, then you get on their books, you get to their YouTube channels, you get to the interviews that are done about them or the documentaries, and you absorb what they talk about. Let that become your influence. And the friends that you have to, at a certain point, no matter how much time you've invested into your friendships, and no matter how much they need you or love you, you have got to start allowing them to have less influence on you. And the only way you can do it is by being conscious about it and being aware of where you want to go, what you want out of life. What are you doing? You're good? You're safe? Okay, good. And really staying focused at the end game and who you want to be. It really all comes down to that. Every decision comes down to what you want out of life, who you want to be, what you want to gain. And I know it's tough. I know a lot of people are like, I don't know. There's no pressure. Make a decision to be someone better than you are today, number one. And if that's the wrong person after 6, 7, 8 months, even 10 years, choose something else. You're allowed to do that. There are no rules. Well, there are rules, right? There's a lot of rules. But you can change that stuff. Just be careful about what you let in. That's the only real warning I have. Anyways, folks, thanks so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up. It really helps. It really does help. And make sure you check out financialfreeway22.ca as well. The good stuff is. And, of course, as I always say, spread good news. Spread the good word, because we want everyone in the world to understand that they have an inalienable right to live a life of abundance. Wherever you are in this world, this magical, beautiful world, I wish you the best. God bless you.